Hi, my name is Marcel Farish, and I will be doing my speech on the inner city and urban problems for the Community College of Allegheny County. Inner cities and urban problems have long existed and are only getting worse in cities across the nation. A large number of America's inner cities have succumbed to violence, drugs, gangs, prostitution, teen pregnancy, and mass incarceration. These problems plaguing the inner cities have to be minimized and overturned. I'm disturbed and frustrated that many of the inner city problems that exist in our communities affect black families and minorities. Several solutions that would help resolve such issues are encouragement, involvement, and respect. I will attempt to convince you that by implementing my 5 solutions, we could reach a consensus to help conquer this epidemic. One of the main problems in our community is high unemployment. Lack of education and soft skills makes it difficult to obtain good paying professions. Low income. Many families in urban areas come from broken homes and live on public assistance. There's a lack of leadership, mentors, positive role models. There's low home values. The majority who live in urban areas are on Section 8 and are now spending money to pay to live in these areas. Most of the areas in urban America are high crime areas. There's a large number of assaults, drug usage, murders, and robberies. Living in the ghetto affects many parts of one's life. Parents struggle with drug addictions and low income. It's very challenging for kids and youth to go to school and not become a victim of harsh crimes that follow them every day. I would like to share a story of just one of the many issues that occur in inner cities in the United States. There was a story in Time magazine, the September issue, 1994, called The Short Violent Life of Robert Yummy Sandifer. The late great Ccac Speech even wrote a song about this young boy. There was even a short film made about this young boy's life. Robert was the third of 8 children born from a crack-addicted mother who grew up on the south side of Chicago in Roseland Projects. His father was incarcerated, so he had very little support and was handed over to his grandmother, who was already burdened with raising other siblings. A few quotes from Time magazine. Nobody didn't like that boy. Nobody is going to miss him, said Morris. He was a crooked son of a bitch, said a local grocer who had barred him from the store for stealing so much. Always in trouble. He stood out on the corner and strong-armed the other kids. No one is sorry to see him gone. Cook County Circuit Judge Thomas Sumner, who handled charges against Yummy for armed robbery and car theft, says, "I see a lot of Roberts in my courtroom. Hundreds every week." Now, how does an 11-year-old end up with such a sour reputation? Commit murder, arson, robbery? That was the life of Robert Sandifer, known as Yummy because of his love for cookies. This young man, or this young boy, was shot execution style in the back of the head twice by 2 of his gang members. Homies, friends, if you will. He belonged to the Black Disciples gang. The reason for the execution? He knew too much. According to an article published by Michael Tietz of the University of California, Some of the inner city poverty stemmed from racial and gender discrimination, inadequate human capital of the labor force, and structural economic shifts. The New York Times stated, although the black homicide rate has declined substantially, it still remains catastrophic, with blacks being murdered at 8 times the national rate, and among teens, it has been rising again since 2002. On the far south side of Chicago, a 25-year-old man crashed his car early Wednesday morning. Emergency responders found him with 4 gunshot wounds, 3 to the abdomen, 1 to the back. He died at the hospital, marking the city's 700th murder, according to the Chicago Tribune, bringing the grand total in 2016 to 700. The total number of shootings in 2016 is now 3,319, and the total number of shooting victims is 4,022. I found these stories to be relevant and important for several reasons. This is a prime example of what happens when a child does not have family support. In closing, inner city and urban problems have long been a thorn in the black community. Putting into place solutions, such as having community involvement with the church, libraries, and schools offering free training to develop both soft and hard skills sets in urban areas. Establish an environment that encourages love and support throughout the community to help strengthen family households. This can be done offering reduced memberships to youth programs such as football and basketball, boys and girls clubs for children and young adults. Encourage and support small businesses in the local area to increase business development opportunities. Building a community with productive role models, mentors, and those fortunate enough to have survived the environment in which many are trying to escape. Elders should let their voice be vocal to combat the crime. However, many in the community are fearful, speaking up for fear of retaliation. All of these are a step in the right direction to help conquer this genocide that exists across our nation. By doing so, we can all begin to live healthy lifestyles and raise families. Lastly, I would like to mention a famous quote from Florence Griffith Joyner, who was a great American Olympian who won a gold medal in the 100-meter dash. She said, the main reason I wanted to be successful was to get out of the ghetto. My parents helped direct my path. I thank you very much. I hope this video was informative. I have some visuals that I wanted to show that deals with the inner city and some of the issues that plague the areas. Low home values, high crime, high unemployment, no guidance or support. Thank you.